Hello, it's John Schwanner, also known as the All Green Gamer,
I'm D-Will.
And I'm Phil.
and we're back with Project KZAV. When we last left off, Dexter, you were doing level 2, I was doing level 3, and Phil, you're working on the editor and some bosses. Start with Dexter. How's level 2? Did you finally get the second half finished?
No, I did not. I started working on schoolwork and then totally forgot.
So is it still in the same condition as last time?
Yeah, it's still it's halfway done. I just really have to just do it.
Is it already in the drive?
No, but I can put it there and then just edit it.
Yeah, but we have now in the drive, and yeah, I'll take a look at it and see, and then you can just finish it off sometime this week.
Yeah.
I put a level 3 in. It's rather short. It's shorter than I was aiming for, but I kind of wanted it to be this short, tense walk or run to the boss chamber and have very little platforming. So I just put in a bunch of enemies. Still don't know how we're going to do the doors. That's something, Phil, you talked about hard coding.
Okay.
Like the boss door, once the player enters, it closes behind them.
Yeah. I can do that.
Any progress on the bosses in particular?
I'm still trying to figure out a way to keep them, or to make them easy to program, so they know like where the enemy or the player is and what the space there is to move around in.
Yeah, for the boss chamber of level 3, I just left it a big open box. No platforms or anything.
Right, but then you have to make some way for the boss to figure out what size the chamber is to know where it can go, which I haven't figured out how to do yet.
Alright.
But I did get the whip to work as a narrow attack with the mouse clicking.
Yeah. I tried hitting a bunch of buttons, but I couldn't get the attack to work in the recent build.
A.
I?
A for attack.
Oh, A. I tried A. Does it just follow where the mouse cursor is? Or is it just straight through?
Before it was just in that circle.
Oh,
It takes,
yeah,
like,
the
2
circle that
hits.
outlined them. Yeah.
It's confusing me too. Like I could never.
I also
Like,
had a
not-
knockback,
like-
so
Yay! Because I would always get hit. I couldn't help it.
Yeah, that circle was kind of weird, but now, yeah, I get what it was for. There was the thing of the infinite jumping. Has that been addressed?
as in
The player.
you can jump up a wall, infinite jumping.
No, I could just jump whenever and fly.
I did not know that was a bug.
Huh. It started when I jumped off a wall and tried to wall jump, but then even when I reset, I could just infinitely fly. Just push the up arrow and keep going.
Oh, after a reset?
Yeah. Well, it happened when I hit a wall and I went to jump off to just wall jump, and then I could just hit jump
Got it.
for infinity.
Bug fixed.
Huh.
That was good.
That worked. I was writing it in as a bug report, and I was like, I can't remember if he said that was intentional or not, that they just jumped like that.
No, that was... I just fixed that. I ran into that same kind of problem with the enemies where I just forgot to reset a lot of data when you reset the game.
Okay.
And so that was the same thing. You were flying when you hit reset, so it always thought you were flying.
Well, no, I was able to hit up infinity. Like, I could hit up and it would slowly drip down, but I could keep hitting
Right.
up as many times as I want.
Because you
I didn't
reset
fly
when you're
up.
in the air,
Yeah.
so it thought you were still on the ground continuously,
Okay.
and then never gets reset. But now it does.
Though it was interesting to play around like that. Like, I don't know if you ever played one of those old like helicopter games where you have to control your altitude. I was thinking maybe make a jump pack level out of it if we had the time to make more levels and more features. But we're in December now, so we're kind of in the feature complete, code locked, bug fixing phase and polishing up. Which brings me to the next point of how do we get art and sound into the game? What do we have to do with the files? Do they have to be a certain format or size or anything?
For the art and sound files?
Mm-hmm.
I think most of them work, but just use an online converter if they need a certain one.
But if I just pull a random JPEG out, are you going to just throw that into the game and it'll work?
Yeah,
or do I need to do it? Okay. Same with sound files.
Mm-hmm.
Then we'll have to worry about the sizes.
The sizes aren't really an issue. The code should scale it to fit up whatever size I tell it to.
Oh yeah?
So just more of resolution needs to be high enough.
Okay. That simplifies things.
Yeah.
So other than just putting all the information in yourself, is there a way you can make like a sound and art folder and we'll just put stuff in there and it'll work? Even though you'll still have to tie it to the object?
I'm not sure how I would go about that, but it would require not redoing, but updating all the save files.
Mm-hmm. For the level editor?
Yeah.
And is that much of a problem?
It could be.
Yeah. Well, what do you think's easier for you? If we just give you all the files, you'd have to implement them all, or you update the...
I mean, that wouldn't work either. Because there's no way to tell the difference between like two blocks.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't really hard code. I mean, I could hard code one texture for every square. That would work.
Okay, I see what you're saying. That's an interesting challenge.
Yeah. But if the updating the save files works, then you could put any texture on any object.
Yeah, that'd be helpful.
But if you can give me a couple of images, I can start trying.
Alright, I'll look around for some jungle theme images for the first level, and Dexter can look around for some images for the second. What we'll do for the characters, we'll probably think of that next week or the week after. Also, the sound effects will have to be broken up, and hopefully some background music. I don't know if either of you want to take a shot at that.
No. I don't know how to do that.
What, music for it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could try. I wouldn't be able to really try it until when break starts.
When does break start for you guys?
15th.
The 15th?
14th, 15th.
Okay. It's a little late, but we can probably work with it.
Stupid finals.
Yeah, I'll try. I know there's like sites where we can use music from a whole bunch of libraries, and just as long as we incorporate them in the credits, no one cares. So we could use that, worst comes worst. Which kind of leads into we need a title, main page, and a credits page for the game screen. If I give you an image, can you just use that? And
Yeah.
Okay.
That would be the easiest.
All right. I'll work on that as well. And one of the last things I want to address is the ending of our game. Dexter, do you have any ideas for the story, how you were going to end it?
I did. It required for the ending I was thinking of, the game was gonna be longer and was gonna incorporate Kevin's parents being missing. So it would probably lead off into that. But the actual like ending was probably just beat the final boss, and then some secret was gonna show or something, and then it would leave it off into what happens after, and then lead to another story.
And then the credits would roll?
Yeah.
So it's sort of like a setup ending?
Yeah.
Okay. One of my biggest pet peeves is games that have cheap endings, and I really don't want to fall into that trap by doing the ending last. So if you can work on that, just write out like you were doing with the rest of the stuff, what you were thinking for the ending, how it would sort of pan out.
What do you
then-
consider a cheap ending? Like an example.
Like something that says, you win, congratulations, game over.
No, I wasn't thinking.
Something that doesn't measure up to the amount of time you spent playing the game.
Alright.
Yeah, if you play a game for 3 hours and then you get a 2-second ending, that's kind of cheap.
No, I wasn't thinking of a 2-second ending.
Yeah, it sounds actually kind of long, which I'm okay with. How much of that will actually be able to pull off? Questionable. Once you have that sort of planned out, I'll help get that into the game.
Alright.
Then we'll just have to figure out the hard coding of the dialogue that you have in there.
Sweet.
Sounds good. So for next week, we'll try to have level 2 done. I'll get the start page, title page, credits page, hopefully, which will need to be changed as we add resources. So I'll actually hold off on the credit page. And if I guess, play around, do some bug fixing, and I'll send you some art files to play around with.
Sounds good.
And of course, extra write an ending as well.
I gotcha.
Yeah. All right, and that's it for this week. It's Project KZAV signing off.